Mangystau is unique not only for its nature and extraordinary landscapes, but also for its mysterious sacred historical monuments. There are more than 362 holy sites, sacred burials and underground mosques on the peninsula. Since the Middle Ages, Sufis and dervishes, the true preachers of Islam, have come here to the eastern coast of the Caspian Sea to settle on this land, to preach, teach and heal people. 2/3 of the architectural heritage of the nomadic culture of Kazakhstan is concentrated in the ancestral cemeteries of Ustyurt and Mangystau. We will tell you about the most famous of them. Let's start our journey from the rocky mosque of the most revered Sufi in Mangystau, Beket Ata. The Beket Ata rock mosque in the Oglandi area is located at the foot of the picturesque chink of the Ustyurt Plateau, on a high hill next to one of the ancient caravan roads of the Silk Road. The underground mosque of Beket Ata occupies a special place in the Muslim world. Tens of thousands of people from all over Kazakhstan, from near and far abroad, come here to honor and worship the spirit of Sufi. The path to Beket Ata runs through the final resting place of his spiritual teacher, the patron saint of sheep, Chopin Ata. Pilgrims are coming to Chopin Ata in an endless stream to worship the grave of the saint. According to legend, Chopin Ata was one of the disciples of the great medieval mystic and philosopher Hoja Ahmed Yasawi, and was the first preacher of Islam on the Caspian coast. Not far from the rock mosque of Chopin Ata, there is one of the most mysterious graves of Mangystau, dated from the late Bronze Age. The Ulukundukte complex is a unique archaeological site. The remains of 2 stone tombs were found here. The outline of the grave exactly followed the shape of the egg. Undoubtedly, the funeral rites of Ulukundukte are closely connected with the religious ideas of the ancient nomads about the creation of the worlds and life on earth. The third Beket Ata mosque in Tobukte is located on the Buzachi Peninsula. Mystical events from the life of the great Sufi are connected with it. After praying 5 times, he left here the purity of faith and spirituality. To the south of the Tobukte mosque, there is the burial of Kulbarak Batır. In his epic, the famous steppe Akın colorfully describes the heroic feat of the proud and courageous Batır Kulbarak Ata and his tragic fate. There are more than 150 unique structures of different times and types on Kulbarak Ata necropolis. Here lies the body of Batır, and his head was buried in Khiva, in the mausoleum of Mahmud Palvan. The most mysterious and enigmatic temple on the territory of Mangystau is Shakpakata Rock Mosque. It is located near Sarıtaş Bay and is associated with the activities of Saint Shahmardan. The complex is located inside a chalk cliff decorated with incredible and fantastic patterns created by water, wind and time. The walls of the hall and the entrance portal arch are covered with Sufi poems, family seals and ancient drawings. According to legends, the name Shakpakata is the nickname of the saint, given to him because in battles with enemies, sparks flew from his weapons and from under his feet. Many historical sites are associated with the activities of the disciples of the great mystic Hoja Ahmed Yasawi. A very original monument is the Sultan Epe complex. Sultan Epe is considered the patron saint of fishermen, travelers and sailors. The complex is located near the canyon facing Mangystau Bay. The slopes of the canyon are covered with groves of tree-like plants. A multi-chamber underground mosque is carved into the rock of the slope. The water from the sacred well is not only the most delicious in Mangystau, but also healing, containing silver ions. Historical and cultural complex Otpantau. Otpantau Mountain is the highest point of the western range of Karatau Mountains. It rises 532 meters above sea level. Its historical significance lay in the fact that in case of impending danger, a signal fire was lit on this mountain peak, notifying the local population of the threat of attack. This fire was visible from anywhere on the peninsula. On its top, there is a 37-meter monument to the ancestor Adai, a historical figure and a Batır. Every year on March 14, a sacred fire is lit on the top of the mountain. And at the foot, the inhabitants of the peninsula gather to celebrate Amal, the arrival of spring. Not far from Adayata is Mount Ayrakta. Stunning geoglyphs symbolizing the spirit of Mangystau are clearly visible from the top of the mountain. There is only one place to climb Ayrakta, but to walk up the mountain is worth the effort. At the top of the mountain, there is a man-made maze made of stones. Its drawing was not invented by its author. It's based on an image found on an archaeological monument of the 2nd-3rd century BC. The maze recreates the myth of the creation of the world. Here, a person can spend time searching for the meaning of life. In the village of Shutpe, you can visit the Museum of Mythology, created based on the unique scientific works of a young author with a tragic fate. His name is associated with such concepts as courage, mission, and destiny. Myths and legends, collected and scientifically substantiated by a talented scientist, are presented here in an original way. Welcome to Mangystau.